Greatest natural wonders of the world. Nature has birthed so many beautiful structures, volcanoes, waterfalls, and rock structures, to name a few. Although humankind has left some imprints in the history books of wonders with Brazil's Cristo Redentor, the Great Wall of China, Italy's Colosseum, and many others, nothing can compare to the power of nature. Some of these natural wonders are well known, and others are not. Think you have seen it all? Think again. We will be exploring the most breathtaking locations on our planet. From the powerful force of Victoria Falls and Angel Falls to the incredible heights of Mount Everest and Table Mountain, these are the greatest natural wonders of the world. Number 15. Matterhorn. This mountain is known to be one of the world's most challenging peaks to climb. Matterhorn is derived from two German words, Matt, meaning meadow, and horn, meaning horn. Often, Matterhorn translates to the peak of the meadows. The Matterhorn is over 14,000 feet high and is between Switzerland and Italy. Visitors can see the Swiss town Zermatt, northeast of the mountain. At the east is Theodule Pass, and to the south lies the Italian village of Brui-Cervinia. The west side faces the upper layer of the Zmutt Glacier. Although the European natural wonder is isolated, it has garnered much attention since 1865. The Matterhorn Tour is a 10-day trekking trip featuring several centuries-old ancient trails. It is often regarded as one of the most fascinating treks in the Alps and receives over 2 million visitors yearly. A fun fact about the Matterhorn is that hundreds of other Matterhorns are scattered worldwide. These mountains were named due to their likeness to the Matterhorn or similar inaccessibility. Number 14. The Grand Prismatic Spring. Even though it's not Yellowstone's most well-known inhabitant, the Grand Prismatic Spring's magnificent splendor steals the stage. This enormous structure in the Midway Geyser Basin is the largest hot spring in the United States and the third largest in the world. The Grand Prismatic Spring is 160 feet deep and roughly 370 feet long, but there's more to it than just size. With its brilliant bands of orange, red, blue, yellow, and green, the Grand Prismatic Spring is a visual feast. These vibrant colors aren't just painted daubed on nature's canvas. Instead, they result from heat-loving bacteria flourishing in the fluctuating spring temperatures. They create a captivating masterpiece by painting their colors on the water like miniature artists. Number 13. Angel Falls. Venezuela is home to the waterfall known as Angel Falls. Standing 979 meters tall with an 807-meter drop, it is the highest continuous waterfall in the world. The waterfall drops 3,212 feet, 979 meters, into Devil's Canyon from an opening close to the top of Ollantaytambo, a plateau-like mountain. Since the middle of the 20th century, the waterfall has been referred to as Angel Falls. It was named for American pilot Jimmy Angel, who became the first person to fly over the falls. Before American aviator Jimmy Angel flew over Angel Falls on November 16, 1933, the world was unaware of the natural wonder's existence. Cardona, an adventurer who had witnessed the cascade 6 years earlier, had provided Angel directions. Angel Falls is accessible through Canaima National Park, which boasts a fantastic array of tropical fauna and magnificent scenery. There are no overland ways into the park, making the UNESCO World Heritage Site exclusively reachable by plane. In addition to ocelots, pumas, and over 550 different species of birds, the park is home to 500 different varieties of orchids. Number 12. Paricutin. Surprisingly, Paricutin originated from a cornfield. Although it might be a natural wonder, this volcano destroyed 2 villages and left them in ashes during its first eruption in 1943. About 5 weeks before this, there were 21 earthquakes with intensities of over 3.2. All that is left from the lava burial of both villages is a church bell tower. That year as well, Paricutin skyrocketed by 1,475 feet from the Earth. However, the youngest volcano in Mexico and on the continent became dormant in 1952. It is quite unusual for volcanoes of this type to last as long as this. It had risen to a peak of about 9,000 feet above sea level. Now the cinder cone volcano stands at a height of 1,391 feet. Paricutin's broader area is still active. However, it has become a hotspot for tourists who enjoy hiking. The leftover black lava and ash terrain is somewhat intriguing to behold. At the top of the volcano lies several hot springs tourists can dip in and enjoy. Number 11. Jeju Island. It is often called Jeju-do, is a volcanic island. It is the largest island in South Korea. It is 130 kilometers off the coast of the Korean peninsula and the major island of South Korea's Jeju province, with a surface size of 1,846 square kilometers. Situated southwest of South Jeolla province, the island is situated in the Korea Strait. The island is home to the Jeju Volcanic Island and lava tubes, two natural World Heritage sites. Halasan, a dormant volcano rising 1,950 meters above sea level and the highest mountain in South Korea, is a prominent feature of Jeju. 360 subsidiary volcanoes surround the central volcano. The island is mainly composed of basalt and lava and was formed entirely by volcanic eruptions about 2 million years ago, during the Tertiary to early Quaternary period. The Cenozoic era was when the eruptions occurred. With 4 distinct meteorological seasons, it boasts a humid subtropical climate warmer than the rest of Korea. Summers are hot, muggy, and occasionally wet, while winters are cool and dry. Jeju Island also boasts remarkable volcanic orography and stunning waterfalls. Number 10. Table Mountain. This is more than simply a mountain. It's the very essence of Cape Town. This magnificent flat-topped marvel, proudly shown on the Cape Town flag and other regional insignia, dominates the city's skyline. Table Mountain attracts travelers year-round keen to reach its summit, making it a magnet for thrill seekers. The mountain's highest peak is located at its eastern boundary and is distinguished by McClear's Beacon, a historic stone mound constructed in 1865. With 1,086 meters above sea level, it provides breathtaking views beyond the city. The first ascent of Table Mountain was documented in 1503 when Antonio de Saldaña followed this route with the Flatstone Gorge. One of the most distinctive cloud formations atop Table Mountain's level summit is called the tablecloth. The tablecloth, so the legend goes, was the prize in a smoking match between the Devil and Van Hunks, a local pirate. According to legend, the person who could blow the thickest smoke would ascend the mountain. The Devil puffed loudly, but Van Hunks did a cunning thing with his pipe, trapping the wind and covering the mountain in a huge cloud. It is stated that the tablecloth serves as a memento of Van Hunks' triumph. Number 9. Komodo Island. It is one of the Republic of Indonesia's 17,508 islands. The Komodo dragon, named after the island, is the largest reptile on Earth and makes the island especially famous. There are about 5,700 Komodo dragons on the island. With more than 2,000 people living there, Komodo Island is 390 square kilometers. Komodo is a component of Komodo National Park and the Lesser Sunda group of islands. There are only 7 beaches in the world with pink sand, and Komodo has one of them. This feature, along with others, makes Komodo Island a popular diving location. Number 8. Iguazu Falls. These Iguazu River waterfalls border the states of Paraná in Brazil and Misiones in Argentina. They are the world's biggest system of waterfalls. The falls separate the river into Upper and Lower Iguazu. The source of the Iguazu River is not far from Curitiba. The river passes through Brazil for most of its course, although most of the falls are in Argentina. According to legend, Naipi, a gorgeous woman, was to be married to a divinity. However, she escaped in a canoe with her mortal lover, Taroba. The god, filled with fury, cut the river, causing the waterfalls and dooming the couple to an unending descent. Álvar Núñez Cabeza de Vaca, a Spanish conquest, was the first European to document the fall's existence in 1541. Number 7. Salar de Uyuni. This is the biggest salt desert in the world, with an area of 10,582 square kilometers. It can be found in the Daniel Campos province in Bolivia's Potosi. In Spanish, salar refers to a salt flat. Uyuni is the name of a town that acts as a gateway for tourists visiting the salar. It also comes from the Aymara language and means pen. Salar de Uyuni can be roughly translated as salt flat at Uyuni, or salt flat with enclosures. After a downpour, a thin coating of motionless dead water turns the plain into the largest mirror in the world, spanning 129 kilometers. Several movies, including Salt and Fire, 2016, The Fall, 2006, and Star Wars, The Last Jedi, 2017, have been filmed at Salar de Uyuni. The natural wonders past is linked to some successive changes involving multiple large lakes. Between 30,000 and 42,000 years ago, the region was a part of Lake Minchin, a massive prehistoric lake. A few islands are in the middle of the Salar. They are the ruins of old volcanic summits buried when Lake Minchin was present. They contain odd, delicate structures and deposits that resemble coral and are frequently made of algae and fossils. Number 6. The Maldives. With a landmass of just 298 square kilometers, the Maldives is the smallest country in Asia, despite covering an ocean area of 90,000 square kilometers. The Maldives is a tropical paradise known for its immaculate beaches, crystal clear oceans, and abundant marine life. It is an archipelago of 26 atolls in the Indian Ocean, south of the tip of India. The Maldives is a picture-perfect getaway with exquisite resorts, excellent snorkeling and diving, and countless chances for leisure. Coral reefs make up the atolls and are home to various marine life. Divers and snorkelers may witness manta rays, sharks, dolphins, and gorgeous fish. Numerous habitats, including 187 species of vivid hard coral, can be found in the Maldives. Among the many marine life forms found in this region of the Indian Ocean are 1,100 fish species, 400 mollusk species, 83 species of echinoderms, 5 species of sea turtles, and 21 species of whales and dolphins. Additionally, the Maldives is a well-liked location for honeymoons and marriages. In addition to providing breathtaking venues for weddings and celebrations, the islands offer many romantic activities, like private beach picnics and sunset cruises. Number 5. Aurora Borealis. This natural phenomenon is simply spectacular. Aurora Borealis, often called the Northern Lights, is a product of a collision between charged particles from the Sun and atoms in the Earth's atmosphere. This reaction results in a mesmerizing and colorful exhibition of lights in the night sky. Aurora Borealis, experienced in the Northern Hemisphere, has an extensive palette of green, red, blue, pink, and purple colors. Tourists often visit countries like Iceland, Finland, Alaska, Norway, and Sweden to have the best experience with the Northern Lights. They also get to observe what has been described as auroral sounds, basically cracking, popping, or hissing sounds. Number 4. Victoria Falls. Sitting peacefully between Namibia and Zimbabwe is the beautiful Victoria Falls. This jaw-dropping waterfall is the largest the world has to offer by volume, at a width of over 5,500 feet and a height of 355 feet. The locals living near the Zambezi River, on which Victoria Falls sits, have named it Mosi Oatunya and Shungu Namititima. In English, these names translate to thundering smoke and boiling water. This name reflects the immense power and misty spray of the falls that visitors often experience. Victoria Falls holds the record for the highest flow rate at 770 million liters per minute. Thrill seekers love traveling to Victoria Falls because of one of its infamous attributes, the Devil's Pool. Sometimes called the armchair, the Devil's Pool comes to life when a rock barrier creates an eddy with minimal current. This way, from September to December, adventurous tourists can swim close to where the water goes over the falls. There are a million things to do at this World Heritage Site: a one-day whitewater rafting trip, 111-meter-high bungee jumping, zip lines, river cruising, and many more. Number 3. Ha Long Bay. With 1969 islets, the majority of which are limestone, Ha Long Bay covers an area of around 1,553 square kilometers. This bay's limestone was formed over 500 million years ago. Situated in Quang Ninh Province, Vietnam, Ha Long Bay is a UNESCO World Heritage Site that stands as a witness to 500 million years of geological creativity, not just a beautiful landscape. Imagine tens of thousands of weather-sculpted limestone islands towering majestically from emerald waters, like mythological dragons sleeping in jade, sculpted by time and weather. However, the allure of Ha Long Bay extends beyond its stunning splendor. Archaeological findings hint at the presence of prehistoric sailors who traveled these waterways ages ago. Ha Long is a name that means descending dragon. The bay is home to thousands of different-sized and shaped limestone islets and karsts. Coral reefs beneath the Ha Long Bay waters are filled with vibrant fish. There's also the lush Cat Ba Island, a national park full of rare birds and primates. More than 60 endemic species call this bay home. Number 2. Mount Everest. Of course, the tallest mountain on the planet made its way onto this list of the greatest natural wonders in the world. At over 29,000 above sea level, Mount Everest is a majestic force that has seen many climbers dare to reach its summit. However, only a few people can say they achieved such a feat, over 400, to be specific. The first to successfully ascend Mount Everest was the duo of Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay Sherpa in 1953. The quest to reach the peak of Mount Everest requires a couple of weeks, if not months. The gigantic peak sits on the border of China and Nepal. The Tibetans have given it the name Chomolungma, which translates to Holy Mother, or Goddess Mother of the World. Mount Everest has two main access routes, one from Nepal and the other from Tibet. Right at the mountain's base, tourists can take in the beautiful sight of the Himalayan mountains. In addition to Mount Everest, there are different landmarks adventurers can spot in the area. The Valley of Silence, Lhotse, Nuptse, Kalapatar, Gokyo Valley and Lakes, Pumori Mountain, and the Ngozumpa Glacier. Mount Everest has been a preferred spot for various sports besides mountaineering. These include snowboarding, paragliding, and skiing. Number 1. The Grand Canyon. This is a natural wonder, created by glaciers 5 to 6 million years ago. Sculpted by the Colorado River in Arizona, the Grand Canyon is 446 kilometers long, 29 kilometers wide, and 1.86 kilometers deep. It is so well known that it is on almost all, if not every, compilation of the world's greatest natural wonders. Over 5 million people visit this American beauty yearly to run, raft, hike, and go on helicopter trips. The Grand Canyon has a picturesque value that is unmatched. With every position of the sun, the color of the canyon's red rocks changes, making it suitable as a stunning backdrop. While it might not be the longest or steepest canyon in the world, the Grand Canyon has become an invaluable natural wonder and a habitat for thousands of species of plants and animals. Everyone who has the opportunity should travel the world and witness these magnificent natural treasures. Did you find our list entertaining to watch? Which of your favorite natural wonders did we overlook? If it inspired you to travel as much as it did me, let me know in the comments where you would like to see first. And if you enjoyed this content and wouldn't want to miss any new videos, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to smash the notification bell. Until next time.